How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Ruffled Reality, and today, guys, it's in the middle of the morning, and I'm gonna go through some information with all of you guys. Now, we're gonna get started with some hints, some rumors, some images, which I'm going to debunk real quick, and also we have some information from Pokeexperto talking about trademarks, and then also Pixelpar with some updates on the domains. So let's get started. Next up on the agenda is going to be debunking some images. So this is the first one right here, as you guys can see. This was so easy to debunk, so first things first, right? As you can see, the image, like, at first you may be like, oh, this looks amazing, yada yada yada, look at that Pikachu and whatnot. This actually looks like just a screenshot out of, like, you know, Sun and Moon, a screenshot that's been modified slightly with a Pikachu that isn't actually supposed to be there, but has been, like, superimposed onto the image. Now, it does look, you know, pretty low quality when you look at it like this, but, you know, you can do a lot of stuff in Photoshop to make these things look real. But as you can see, the guy in the background right there, the guy in the blue shirt and the white, like, you know, shorts, that is a character from Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon and Sun and Moon as well, just a normal NPC, so there's no way that they will reuse the same NPC in the upcoming games as well. I think it's very unlikely, so that is definitely just debunking it for me personally. So this image is most definitely fake, guys. Don't think this one is real, and this image right here as well, definitely also most likely fail. I mean, to begin with, this was taken in somebody's room, which I can kind of see from the side there, and also that Eevee just looks like it's been superimposed on the freaking image. It doesn't look like it's actually part of the image itself. And also, why does it look like it's so much bigger than the kind of like the little like bridge it's trying to cross over? Like, why does it look so much bigger than it and in such a weird way? Like, to me, it looks very much like they just kind of superimposed it onto the image. That's kind of what it feels like. It looks really off to the eyes looking at it, and it's just staring into the middle of nowhere in such an awkward way. So this one's most definitely also fake. So I want to just mention these guys. If you think differently, give me reasons to why you think differently and why do you think these may be for real. So, you know, let me know in the comment section down below. Either way, next up is something else. Now, as I said, I was going to talk about Pokeexperto because he just noticed, like, a lot of things happening recently, and he went through all of that. And this is just Nintendo's page, which they have yet to post a Nintendo Switch and Nintendo or Pokemon Direct announcement. None yet. But either way, so last night, Pokeexperto went on a spree, like, posting stuff and talking about a lot of really interesting topics. So I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to start from the bottom up, okay, guys? I'm going to go from the start to the bottom, like, from the start and then all the way to the top. So let's begin with this. So last night, there was a trademark for N64, which people are assuming could be that they're either going to be doing some sort of N64, like some sort of, like something with the Switch, right? We're going to include N64 games so you can play them. Or is they're going to do a mini N64? So that is the more likely one. Nintendo 64, like, you know, mini would be making way more sense. They would announce it at this point and release it. So that's a more likely option. That's one, though. And then something else came out, and that was that Nintendo has registered the trademark Pokeball in Switzerland. And I originally said, like, that's a weird trademark as well. Like, I was like, yeah, lol, how come they would trademark Pokeball now of all times? And then he essentially responded and said they did in the US on the 15th, yeah, I don't know which, like, I think that was on in June of 1998, and in Argentina on June the 15th in 2011, which is really strange. I mean, unless I'm getting the dates wrong here, but it's besides the point. So, either way, basically, they've, like, done this in the past where they trademarked Pokeballs, and nothing crazy there, but I want to just mention it because, you know, maybe somebody would bring it up, so I might as well just mention it here and just disregard it, because it doesn't seem to like it really matters much. It's kind of interesting that they're trademarking and marketing it now, though. Either way, so, here's something more interesting, okay? So he said, considering sharing some insight on trademark registration with a possible conclusion on Let's Go. And I saw this and I was like, yo, would you please share this? Would put our minds to ease. And I do say so still. Like, we need this info sooner or later, should we just, like, put the stuff to rest. But then he also says, just be careful with trademarks. Golden Sun trademark has been registered, but by a farming company. It's very true. You gotta watch out when you look for trademarks, so that's true. But then he also mentions Japanese companies register almost everything, but they need to register them under classes of the NICE Agreement of 1957. So he mentioned this, and then he goes on and says, I have been following the Japanese trademark registry for some time, and have observed the strategy of Nintendo with its trademarks. And then he goes into what happened on March the 8th, or March the 7th, actually, and then March the 8th, we actually had a Direct earlier this year. So he said, remember the last Nintendo Direct, which was this year in, like, March. And he says it was on the 8th of March 2018. Well, they registered Smash Bros. And other trademarks on March the 7th, which is really interesting. You can see right here, they registered Metroid, Smash Bros., Wario Land, which were all shown during that Direct, by the way. I don't think Metroid was shown directly, but I think there was something about it, I think the 3DS version of it. Either way. Then he says, if you file it on the 7th of March and Direct is on the 8th of March, could we discover before Direct? And then he says, no. The register takes 2 weeks to update. And then we all started doing my live stream when we were looking at this sort of information. We started speculating, okay, if it's going to take 2 weeks to update, how many weeks has it been since we heard about the names and the website domains? Like, when the word and website domains picked up? Can we, can we discover when the Direct is going to happen? And then he says, isn't the last trademark appearing today in the registry is number 6,308, and it's the black, and was requested on the 9th of May 2018. Then he says the registry is updated every Tuesday at 2:00 CET. This means next update will be on 29th of May. And this is what we were like, okay, so we'll get will we get some updates and maybe to get the announcement of the 29th or the 30th, and then on the 31st or the 30th we'll get the actual Direct. And then we continue on here, and then he says, Let's Go domains were registered on the 15th of May as a defensive measure. They probably also registered the trademarks on that day. And then he continues, last trademark in the registries is dated the 9th of May, Wednesday. Next week we should see Let's Go trademarks there, Tuesday, 15th of May. So, essentially, this could be for real. Like, again, he does also warn and say, like, a bit later in the post that, guys, don't take this as, like, 100% guaranteed. This is simply just, like, speculation more or less. But he says, essentially here, the last trademark in the registry is dated the 9th of May, Wednesday. Next week, we should see Let's Go trademarks there. So here's the thing, right? The trademarks show up 2 weeks after they've been registered. So if you and me were to go and register a trademark for, let's say glasses, right? Or whatever, or like, let's just say phone. We're going to register the word phone as a trademark. And then we go and register it, but it won't show up in the registering system, and it won't show up there until 2 weeks have passed. And next week we're going to actually see that update. It's going to be 2 weeks since the 15th of May, and we're actually going to see an update to it. It's going to be exactly 2 weeks have passed, and it's going to show us stuff. Because on the 29th of May, specifically next week, that's when the trademarks are going to be popping up, and I think the Direct is going to pop up the exact same day. We're going to get an announcement for it, and then we're going to get it. Now, he does also say some other stuff about it as well up here, which he says, but as I said before, Nintendo knows it, and they will not want us to discover trademarks in the registry before the official reveal. And then he says, so if they follow the same pattern as in the last Direct, they will probably announce Let's Go before 29th of May. So it actually wouldn't happen on the same day. It would actually happen ahead of time, so we wouldn't know what the names are due to the trademark registration, which means it could still happen this week. It could still happen this week. It would make more sense if they did. Then he says, right here, I did not say that the announcement will be on the 29th of May, but before the 29th, this includes this week. So this is very possible that it's going to happen this week. And then he says, do not take it 100% granted. It is only a pattern that could break. Risking the Let's Go trademarks are allowing us to discover, which is very true. And then he goes into actually the domains, which is something I want to mention for you guys as well. So he says here, bonus, it is possible that Nintendo has claimed PokemonLet'sGo.com, registered by another person. This happened with Sun and Moon, and Nintendo claimed. This is very true because in the past, guys, you may not know this, but there have been times in the past where they have essentially, people have picked up names for websites with Sun and Moon and that sort of stuff. It actually did, I think, happen with Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, Moon Sun and Pokemon Sun Moon actually happen as well, where they got a complaint from from Nintendo of America, and they decided to terminate those links because somebody else picked it up, and they decided to do that. So that is what's most likely happening here as well. They may have been taking them down, but there was somebody on 4chan saying that PokemonLet'sGo.com and Pokemon I think it was Pokemon or Pikachu, Let'sGoPikachu.com and Let'sGoEvee.com were actually those were actually removed, or rather they were stolen by somebody else and hijacked, and now they have a bunch of illegal shit on them, or some spam, illegal shit that's gonna go into you, or viruses and that sort of stuff. Sorry, not illegal stuff, but I guess that is sort of legal. But either way, viruses and that sort of stuff that would infect your computer if you go to those URLs. But PokemonLet'sGo.com apparently looks like it's been claimed by Nintendo, which is really strange, but it doesn't seem to show up on this list right here. We can't see it yet. It most likely will be there eventually once we know more about it. But as you can see, they've actually transferred and picked up a lot of these. They've terminated Pokemon Moon Sun and Sun Moon. They've terminated PokemonTradingCard.com. They've terminated Pokemon Center.com. They've terminated PokemonGold.org. They've also terminated PokemonCenter.com. So they've terminated a lot of these, which were originally picked up by other people. And they've transferred stuff. Like, for example, they transferred PokemonPikachu.com. That was transferred, by the respondents, aka Pokemon, and that sort of stuff. So this stuff that happens a lot of times. They do tend to switch these things around. That's most likely what's happening right there. And then he also says right here, it seems that Let's Go Eevee.com and Let's Go Pikachu.com have followed the same way as Pokemon Let's Go.com, and Nintendo has been granted in interim measures by IPO based on the trademark claim. And then he returns back to this post earlier, as you may have seen. So apparently, these ones are picked up as well. These ones are the ones that people said, like, I'm not sure if I can open them up right now, if it's going to give me... Oh, see, it's only taking me to this. So I don't know who said... Actually, it isn't. I guess it isn't, because people are saying, like, oh, it's a scam, right? It isn't a scam. This is just placeholders, because these are, like, sponsored holdings by the domain, like... domain provider, essentially. They have these when you don't like link your domain to something specific. And I think what's happened is those have been either taken by, see, this one's different, but these have either been taken by Nintendo and now now they don't have anything on them, and they're just trying to work out the rough edges and trying to make sure that those don't link back to anything of the sort, right? Anything related to Pokemon, Pokemon sites that are illegal stuff, or anything that would infringe upon their trademark and infringe upon their copyright. So they're redirecting it to nothing essentially right now, which eventually should be redirecting to a Pokemon official page once the announcement happens. But then again, that is very likely not to happen either. So that was that. Then of course Pixelpar went into it as well and says, seems like something's going on with the previously squatted rickrolled redirect Pokemon Let's Go domains. Let's Go Eevee.com has its who is data removed, and Let's Go Pikachu.com has switched to default register holder. Nintendo never gonna give them up, and that is very true. Nintendo never gonna give them up. So here's the results for Let's Go Eevee.com. Who is server dot like whatever is actually like right now. There's nothing detected. Discovered name servers, registrar information, none of that is there. So it's all gone, guys. Which means Nintendo is most likely cracking down. I don't think somebody hijacked these links or these people's stuff. That's it's totally unlikely. I don't know who said that. Somebody mentioned it to me. I was like, oh, they've been hijacked or whatever. But I don't think it's for real. I think what's happened is Nintendo has cracked down on them and said hey, these are our copyrights. We own Pikachu and whatnot. We trademarked these names not too long ago. This is our property, so you're not allowed to use it. And that's what's likely going on here. They're actually gonna just make sure that nothing is in their way, so they don't lose these website URLs and that sort of stuff and domains and whatnot, because they are their own copyright and whatnot. So I want to just mention that. Sorry for saying whatnot 4 times in a row. Either way, thanks so much for watching, guys. That's going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy, then drop a like down below. I'll see you all the next time. Have a great day and bye bye. That was the fastest way I've ever said an outro. Either way, peace out, ladies and gentlemen.